officially a brand new week in Mexico, and we have not one, but two new cars to unlock. The Corvette Z06 is officially here. In today's video, we're gonna unlock it, customize it, see if it's any good. There is a little problem with it, though. And tomorrow, we're gonna actually jump into the Belvedere. I know this might be controversial, but I think the Belvedere is actually cooler than the Z06. If you want to see that, subscribe, because we're gonna do it tomorrow. I'm very excited. Before we do any of that, though, the Forzathon shop for the week. Hello, American Racing Glove. Let's go! The Z06 is officially ours. Let's go. Before we jump into any customization and any fun facts, I'm gonna show you that this car is a little broken. The Z06 is like the better version of the regular Corvette C8, and what makes this car super special is the flat plane crank engine. Except for some reason, I think Forza forgot about that. This is what a Z06 actually sounds like. I'm gonna jump in the regular Corvette C8 in this game, and I just want to see if there's actually a difference. I don't know if it's just me. I think the developers took the sound of the regular Corvette C8 that's already in the game, let it rev a little bit higher, and pitched it to be higher pitch. As per usual, this wouldn't be an AR12 video without any fun facts about the incredible, monstrous, and beautiful Corvette C. There's been a car crash. Regular sort of like American cars have what's called a cross plane crank. The chat. Okay, this is going to be the most nerdy thing I will ever say on this channel, but bear with me. A cross plane crank kind of, it looks like this versus a flat plane crank looks like that. Is flat. Flat plane crank is what like Ferrari uses in their cars, because a flat plane crank is most of the time more responsive. It can rev higher. And it's basically a race car thing that goes burr. Because of that, these Corvettes are now super in demand. You can buy one of these for $150,000 Canadian. You would be able to buy one of these for 150K, because every single dealer and every single person who has one of these things has been marking it up. Not just a little bit. No, it's not like 160K. Nah, that would be almost sensible. You will not find a Corvette Z06 for sale for less than $220,000. The most expensive one of these things is 300 grand. I think those dealers should have their licenses stripped and they should be banned for it. Anyways, moving on. I love this car. That's all you need to know. Let's see what customization we have. We do. Whoa. We've already got our flat plane crank. Sorry. Flat plane crank. We can swap in an Audi R8 V10, a 6.5 liter V12, a racing V12, a 7.7 liter V12. I don't even know what that thing is from. And a racing V8 engine. Not bad. No. Definitely not. Yes. Apparently, we need to swap in a 7.7 liter V12 to make it sound realistic. Why don't I try to make it the top of S1 class? Let's keep it rear wheel drive. I guess we could also twin turbo it, but that would change the sound and isn't very freedom. So we're going to keep it NA for now. I'm not a fan, but we will need to toss that on in a second. Again, we'll come back to that. And, oh no. Yo, why is this so small though? It's not even the right size. That's an average sized rear wing. However, bigger is better. I will keep this one on. Anyways, we can also get some upgraded tires. We're already on semi-slicks bone stock, which is lovely. I think I'm actually, do I want to toss on rally tires? I think I do. That way I can actually get some weight reduction on this thing. Wait, we've got carbon fiber wheels. We also have some engine spacers, which look fantastic. We can get race suspension. Wow, look at that fitment. We could also do some weight reduction to the thing. It's 3,600 pounds, but we can bring it down to 3,000 pounds. And then we can get a little bit extra horsepower. Let's not upgrade the exhaust because I actually don't want to change the sound. After all of our upgrades, we have 1,000 horsepower in the Z06. Do you guys say Z06 or Z06? Because I think I've been saying Z06, but for some reason there I said Z06, and I don't know why. We'll finish things up with a lovely paint job for this thing. No advanced painting options. Now that is a cool car. Uh-oh. I didn't really expect to be racing a NASCAR. Moving on. We're just gonna drive and hope for the best at this point and see how it can do. Now that I think about it, this probably isn't the best idea because I did put 1,000 horsepower on it and make the tires worse. So driving this on a tight, closed course handling circuit probably wasn't the best idea, but you win some and you lose some. This is just going to be a better test of the car, you know? When I was out in Vegas driving the Corvette C8, I was actually so impressed with the thing in real life. Even though it was a normal Corvette C8, the thing sounded absurd. It was ridiculously quick. I know what I'm about to say might be controversial, but the fact that it was mid-engine was so nice. Would I own one? I would own one 100%. I know I'm saying how cool the Z06 is, but I think if it was my actual money, I would wait for a ZR1. Saying that, I think it's probably going to be about $300,000, and it's not really the affordable Corvette, but it is a ridiculous vehicle, and I can't wait to see more of it. That's insane. That also drives incredibly nicely for a circuit that's kind of like in its worst case scenario. That drove really nicely. I very quickly want to put a pause in our customization. I want to take this thing to the drag strip. I want to see what it can do, bone stock, and fully upgrade. Z06 cleared the quarter mile in 10.8 seconds. Let's see if it's accurate. Since this thing is auto, there's no need to like worry about any of that stuff. Our gear ratios are just what they are. It actually feels a little slow off the line, but I think it's actually moving way more than we think. No way! A 10.7! The sound might be totally wrong, but it did bang on the quarter mile. I don't know how they've made 670 horsepower feel easy and controllable, but it is. We will toss in the big 7.2 liter V8 and go fully upgraded. All-wheel drive the thing, and then twin turbos. Then we're gonna go for some drag racing tires and some thick tires. 1,400 horsepower in the Z06. I did it again. I think we're going 8 seconds now. 100% it's getting into the 8s, but I think an 8.4 to 8.6 is actually not a bad prediction for this thing. Go rev it up through the gears. Now it feels quick with the all-wheel drive. Chat, we were all wrong. Every single one of us was wrong. 8 seconds dead. Attempt number 3 for the Z06. Away we go. Much nicer through the gears. Is our 4th gear good? 4th gear's like bang on. Come on. Come on. Chat, that's close enough, right? That's close enough. You're gonna tell me that people in real life who get an 8.008 don't tell their friends that they got a 7.9? Not a chance. I want to see how fast this thing is with all of our upgrades. Fully upgraded Z06. Away we go. Look at the flames. I forgot that we put anti-lag on it. I actually got some comments from people on my video the other day saying, Nick, why do you like anti-lag? Hate to break it to you, I'm 12 years old inside, and flames coming out the back of a car is always cool and will forever be cool. You're gonna tell me that 4 flames coming out the back of a car wouldn't make you smile and laugh? Saying that, I would actually like the developers to implement like a sliding scale or something in the tuning menu so we can make our own like anti-lag sort of kinda. In other news, the Z06 is insane. It is getting a little bit of understeer just because of like all the upgrades we've done to it, but it's nowhere near as bad as you would expect it to be. Like, look at it take these corners. It's actually like buttery smooth. Like, how am I driving this clean? You see what I mean? It turns. How is it driving so well? This is what I mean. It's such a sick car. Our overlords at Playground Games have decided to give us the gift that is drift suspension. I'm going to toss the stock engine back in, and I'm going to make it rear-wheel drive. So we're going to be mid-engine, rear-wheel drive drift car. It might be a little bit sketchy to drive, but it should be pretty fun. It actually builds like no horsepower with this engine. This engine is actually not very good for upgrading. We've only got it to 753. I mean, 750 horsepower is a lot. If I'm honest, I was expecting a lot more. It's not going to do super well on points, but I think anywhere around the 900k mark would be pretty decent. We'll have to see how drifty it actually is, if it wants to stay sideways. It's also mid-engine, so it might inherently kind of struggle a little bit with like that whole like pendulum effect. Hold on, I'm doing this wrong. 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 Much better. I must say, I actually love the drift camera in this game. It's just so buttery smooth. I am having a little bit of trouble keeping this thing sideways. It's just not as powerful as the cars that I usually run, so I'm having to like kind of drive the car a lot harder than I usually would. It's kind of working. There we go, crossing the 700,000 point mark now. Half a mile, I need 150,000 points for the prediction. Ooh, our prediction might actually be a bit high. There's 800,000. We've only got 400 yards to go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. 880,000. This engine is definitely underpowered, right? I don't think I really need to tell you this, but you should definitely go and unlock this car because you're going to be getting 20 points in the festival playlist, which means you'll be a step closer to getting the Belvedere. The Belvedere is one of the coolest new cars in this update. Tomorrow, we are going to turn it into a NASCAR.